This is my first interview in like 2 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I swear to goodness.
Welcome home.
Yeah, I know. Oh, this is home? I need a new crib.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Cordae, and you're watching Billboard News.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Catrice J, and we are here with Cordae.
What's up?
We're here to talk about your new album, The Crossroads.
Yep.
Very, very excited for you. It's been, what, 2 years?
2 and some change.
So why is it time for you to drop this album? Why do you feel ready?
Because I think it's ready. I think I'm better than I've ever been as an artist. Like, I feel like I need that time to just live life, assess life. For this album in particular, I needed to get better. I wanted to get better, like as a songwriter, as a rapper. I wanted my verses to be better. I wanted my storytelling to be better. I wanted my beat selection and tasting beat selection to get better, and that requires like work and time, you know? So I feel like this is my best foot forward thus far.
So why the title, The Crossroads?
Because I felt like I was at a crossroads in my life and just so many avenues. At the time, right, I felt like it was like life or death. Felt like literally my next decision, if I go right, everything is gonna be perfect and yay, life is great. And if I go left, oh, life is horrible. I've kind of realized that one decision doesn't hold that much weight. It's a culmination of decisions, but I just felt like I was at a crossroads with just everything that's going on in the world. I just kept saying it in the music. I just kept saying I'm at a crossroads. Even I said on my last album on a song with Drake and her, I'm Crossroads.
I've been traveling around these crossroads.
So I just keep saying it throughout the music, and I'm like, you know what? That's the title right there.
And you said in an interview, you know, you had high expectations for your last album, and it didn't really meet those expectations.
Yep.
So what are your expectations with this album? Like, have you grown from that, like, out of that mindset, I guess?
Yeah, for sure, because it was just all vanity. Just all vain stuff. It's like, yeah, I want this and this and that. And honestly, the album did like great for me. I sold out a tour. Worldwide tour after that. I did a bunch of shows. A lot of people loved it. But because it didn't meet these like astronomical expectations from one album, you know, I can't be like upset over that. Like I said, my tour was sold out. So a lot of great things came from that album. But for this album, my main goal is I just want to connect to people's hearts, bro. It sounds cliche, it might sound whack, but that's just my honest to God truth. I just want to connect. Like, I just want to connect to people's hearts. So like, you know, in whichever way, I just wanted to connect.
You also said like you went through like a tough time mentally, right? So like, what are some things you did to like kind of get yourself in a good space, especially when creating this album?
Just praying more, just getting closer to God, just praying more honestly. I live a great life. Like my life is great. Like I can't even front. Like, and so all of us have this main character syndrome of just like, and I'm a Virgo too, so sometimes I can be a bit dramatic and a perfectionist too, so I want everything to go exactly as I wrote it down in my life plan. Because I literally plan out my life. And so when it doesn't go exactly as I did it in the order in which I constructed it, you know, I kind of just didn't take it super well. And again, it's super easy for me to like, oh, let me just go outside and drive my nice car and like, you know what, life ain't so bad, you know, but I really just had to pray, honestly, and stay prayed up and keep that connection with God.
Get love in every barrel. My niggas are very thorough. Wish a nigga were like Timmy, bro, send them to fairy world.
So I want to talk about this Lil Wayne collab. You kicked off the Crossroads era pretty strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Saturday morning, Lil Wayne, how did he hop on? How did we make this happen?
You know, so this is a product of me pushing my pen and me, shout out to my boy Smoko, who executive produced this. First time I had like a real like executive producer like in the studio like just pushing me. We had a whole nother song to that beat. I did a whole nother song to that beat. He was like, man, that's a really good beat. You sure you want to waste it with them like above average bars with like 7 bars? I'm like, ooh, all right, bet. So I just went back in, rewrote it, and I was like, nah, this is gas. Like, I was like, yo, this is fire. I'm like, yo, what if I sent this to Wayne? So I texted to Wayne, he was like, oh, that's fire. And
Not you can just text Wayne.
Yeah. Sorry, just, you know, living my truth.
Living your life, I love it.
So I texted to Wayne, and he was like, oh yeah, nah, this fire, I got you. And then like maybe a couple weeks later, he sent, I didn't even want, you know, no rush. I just sent it to him. And when he sent it back, I was like, oh my goodness, I got one. And I was driving back and forth every day, like 3 hours. Literally, I think on a ride back, I listened to that song for like 3 hours straight, and I was like, yeah, nah, I think this is good.
I need more real love and less fake laughs. The way this mean mug like a face mask.
Why do you think you guys work so well together? Like, what's the synergy like?
I can't give myself too much credit. I mean, he's just like the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Like, me being such a Wayne fan, I know what beats that I love to hear him on. So, I love hearing Wayne on soul beats, like, growing up. I love him, and I'm like, yo, like, I'm just sending him songs that I think he will sound dope as a fan, and I must have good taste in just picking out, you know, beats I think Wayne will sound great on, because he murders them.
So in your relationship with Anderson Paak,
niggas knocking sweatshirts, picking pockets small, hopping, renting, copping, we ain't got no fucking options.
you just dropped another single with him recently.
Yeah.
Produced by J. Cole.
Yeah.
It's your third Anderson Paak and J. Cole record together.
Yeah,
am I right?
Yeah.
Like, what's that dynamic like? How do y'all come together?
So, man, Cole is super supportive with giving the beats. You know, we so grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with this one, he hit me and was like, yo, this joint might be like my fave out of the three, honestly.
Yeah.
Anderson, that's like one of my best friends in real life. Like, if me and Anderson didn't do music in an alternative life, like, this is still like one of my closest homies, for real. Like, I pull up on this man, he pulls up on me, like, it won't even talk music, do music, just on some homie shit. So I say this to say, like, you're able to feel like that real homie energy, you know,
100%.
through the music. And Anderson is just super cold, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just so cold. I'm so blessed to work with cold niggas. I must be cold, because I only, you know.
Cold world. I want to backtrack a little bit, because you and Cole had a little like rift, like tiny bit. Now, I don't know if it was real.
I won't even call it a riff. It was like, he had the 1985 thing, that beat.
I hear your music and I know that raps change. A bunch of folks would say that that's a bad thing.
Literally, I'm in college when that song came out. Like, I'm a fucking college student working at Fridays, selling weed. Like, and then I heard that beat and I just wanted to make like the Gen Z, if you would, or my interpretation of it. And then World Star called it, they literally captioned it as J. Cole response.
Let's take it back when hip hop originated and old niggas said it was whack, they couldn't take it.
That's when the whole thing became, but that's what ended up getting me the beats and, you know, us locking in, so, you know.
That's awesome.
Whatever.
Blessing in disguise.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to ask you, like, obviously this summer we had Drake and Kendrick, we had that whole beef.
Yeah.
What do you feel like that did for the state of hip hop and the culture of hip hop?
That clash, if you would, was great for hip hop. I think the competitive nature, like, that's kind of the fundamentals of hip hop. It's like, no, I'm nicer than you, son. You know what I'm saying? And it was great for the culture in general, for black culture in general, and hip hop. It was awesome, honestly. It kind of just put a battery in everybody's back of like, no, we can just say how we feel, even if it's like, fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, I want to just say how I feel. So I felt like it was great for the hip hop culture, great for culture in general. So yeah, it was tight.
You have gotten the chance to work with some of your biggest inspirations.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre, Eminem. What is it like working with greats like that you, like, as a kid, like, I don't know if you ever thought you may or would not, but like actually getting to do it, what is that feeling like?
Man, it's tight. You know, before, when like dope shit would happen for me, I always be like, all right, what's next? Oh, that's cool, but what's next? Let's keep working. And that's important, to not have a mindset of like complacency and like, you know, feeling yourself too much, pause. But but now I'm kind of in a place where I at least give myself a day, like one day, or at least a moment to just be like, yo, I really did that. That's some like goated, that's fire, W, you know what I'm saying, as the young niggas say. I am a young nigga, but whatever, as Gen Alpha says. I give myself like a day to be like, yo, that was fire. Yeah. Like, wow, we did that. Like, yo, we did a song with what?
Because
like,
when you're
crazy.
in the moment, in the minute, it's like, it doesn't really like hit you.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like an after body effect. Almost.
Nah, I be thinking, I'm like, yo, that's what, the moment where I get the verse back is like, yo, what? Like, this is crazy. And then I, you know, back to work, you know, back to hustling, bustling. I love the craft so much that like, I want to get as good as possible at it. Like, my new motto is like, when I create a song, or I'm putting out an album, or I'm putting out a song, right? I want to play it for like 15-year-old Cordae, 16-year-old Cordae, and that little nigga is impressed. Like, oh my God, like what, I was able to get this good, not from the place of like, oh, I made it, I made a lot of money, wow, I make a lot of money, wow. Like, no, more so of like, I go back in the time machine, play him a song, and he's like, bro, what? I was able to get this good. I was able to make music and create this type of sonics and what? Like, yo, that's fire. I got this good. Like, wow. So if it doesn't do that, then like, it's just gonna stay in the vault.
Totally.
So that's the space I'm in now. So I say all that to say it's definitely a mind fuck for sure.
And you rapped in Saturday Morning about being able to grab your phone and text Jay-Z.
It's crazy how I can just text Hov.
Is that also kind of like crazy? Like, hey, good morning, Jay-Z. Like,
yeah.
Is that crazy?
I definitely don't text him good morning.
Good rising.
Definitely, yeah, grand rising, king. Definitely don't text him good morning. Man, it's dope just being able to like, you know, text Hov, and he'll even text me like, yo, this shit was funny, and blah, 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 you know what I'm saying, whatever. I mean, I said it in the song, like, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? I rapped it because it's crazy, you know, so it's definitely a blessing for sure, but I definitely don't be like, hope you been, good morning, bro, hope you slept well, like, hell no, man.
Who's someone you're still dreaming to collab with? That's alive right now.
Yeah, alive is.
Because some people will say Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I know, that's the first instinct for sure. Maybe D'Angelo. Yeah, that'd be fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
That would be fire.
Yeah.
Him singing on the hook?
Yeah, yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
Who is someone that's giving you the best piece of advice so far?
Wayne gave me really great advice. He said, little nigga, you need to humble yourself and treat every song as if nobody's ever heard of you.
Wow.
Yeah, he ain't say it that mean.
Yeah.
But like the way I interpret it was,
it hit
like,
you.
Yo,
yeah.
like humble yourself and treat every single song like nobody's ever heard you before.
Wow.
And he told me that like 2 years ago, and I took that shit, and that's literally my application. Because as an artist, like, yo, I'm blessed. I have a core fan base. I really have a core fan base to where I sell out my tours. They really support me. I'm very grateful for them. That can kind of just be like a safe haven or a cushion. Like, oh yeah, my fans gonna love this. My fans gonna love this shit. But like, you gotta treat it like you don't got no fans. Every song, you know, when you in that booth, they're like you winning people over.
Yeah.
And so that's how I took that advice.
You're a dad now.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Appreciate it.
How has being a dad influenced your songwriting?
I don't know if it's influenced my songwriting, but definitely like my work ethic and my respect for time and my utilization of time. Like, I'm in the studio like 9 to 6 every day, 6 days a week. And then 3 days a week, I go back once my daughter is asleep from like 10 p.m. to like 3 a.m.
Wow.
So my goal is to do like 70 hours a week.
Wow.
Because if I was working like a job, this is technically like a sales job, right? Not to sound like, oh no, capitalism shit, but just using it as terms of like work ethic, right?
Yeah.
If I was like a car salesman, or if I was in any other sales job where your input equals your output, you would put as much fucking time in as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm doing now, except my goal isn't really like money oriented or like sales oriented, it's just more so like skill oriented. Yeah. I wanna get really good to where like, I love this thing so much, and I don't wanna regret like not pushing my pen, not like pushing myself as a producer or just song creator. Like, I just wanna push myself to the highest heights that like I can personally get to, because I don't wanna look back, even if I made $10 billion, but like I didn't really push myself as an artist, as an overall creative, I would still be disappointed, you know?
100%.
Versus I run up 10 billion and I did put myself, I'm very happy, you know?
Totally. And also, speaking of being a dad, you know, we're in a weird state. You know, we had Sonia Massey.
Yeah, terrible.
Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Sandra Bland.
Yeah.
You have a little black daughter that you're raising. How do you kind of feel raising her in this state of, you know, social injustice with black women that aren't necessarily always protected?
Man, yo, we really got to do a better job at protecting and protecting our black women, you know what I'm saying? And I've always felt this way, even before having a daughter. It sucks when black people, period, get killed by the police and by some injustice, period. But when it comes to women, it just hurts me differently, because I was raised by black women. Like, I was raised by a single mom and my aunties. My dad was there, we just lived in a different state. But like, I got 8 aunties that all like did shit that above and beyond a aunt does. You know what I'm saying? They did like mom-like things. Like, my mom was there, obviously. My mom was a great mom, but I'm saying, it's like I had 9 moms. My mom just sent me a throwback of like my high school graduation party. It's literally all women and like 3 males. It's like my dad, a cousin, and my uncle. And literally like my dad, my uncle, and a cousin and me, and it's like, so it's 4 males and it's like 30 women, 30 black women. And that's my foundation, so I always have a soft spot for when I see Sonya Macy, Breonna Taylor, so many. And now especially that I got a daughter, it's just fucked up, man. We really gotta protect ours. That's like the foundation of everything, you know, so, yeah.
Going into hip hop today, what are your thoughts on the state of the culture today?
I think we are heading in a much better direction. Like as far as the culture of hip hop, I think like people are calling out the vultures. I feel like the consumer is smarter. They're like, hold on, this nigga is a vulture. This motherfucker is just copying. He's lying. You gotta love this shit, bro. Like me, I love this shit, bro. I die about this hip hop shit. I prefer not to, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, I love this hip hop shit, you know? So I feel like the culture is going in a much better direction as far as just like protecting it, honing it, be like, hold on, wait a minute, nah, you fool as fuck. You not really from this. You not really what you talking about. You trying to use this shit. So I fuck with it. I think we're heading in the right direction. I just hope we keep on to this momentum.
Totally. 100%.
I hope it's just not like a seasonal right now thing. I hope it's just like everybody just coming together and just like, yo, we gotta protect this shit, and like, yo. But I feel like the cream always rises to the top, and the real would always connect, and the fake always has an expiration date too.
Facts. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
Facts.
Regardless, so. Yeah.
And you said, or I heard, that you don't go on social media that much.
Yeah.
What do you feel like social media does as far as helping artists or like newer artists that are coming up?
I think for new artists, it's everything. I mean, that shit is your guiding light. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're, I seen Pharrell say this, if you're dope and you work on your craft enough, people will find you. Like the kids, they gonna find if you dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously you gotta market yourself, all these other things come into factor, these algorithms, which is a whole nother monster.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like it's everything, like on the ups and shit, even for established artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's super important, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I would love, I'm not, you know, I can't wait till I get to a place to where I can just like give my social media to somebody and be like, all right, I took a cool picture, nigga, upload this shit. Not like that, but you know, like upload this to my gram and okay, you know.
Tweet this for me, please.
Yeah, exactly, but you know, I gotta stay tapped in.
Y'all got me mad as fuck. Bills on bills coming in, that shit been adding up.
I wanna get into the business side of you. Talk about the decision to start High Level. What was like your thinking behind wanting to create something like that?
I just wanted to make something that's just bigger than me. I feel like as an artist, right, it's about building things that's again just larger than the personal brand of the artist. Building things that's bigger than you. So High Level is kind of just like this in totality thing to where it's like we have the grassroots label, but even above that we have it's a community. You know, it's a community of people that we're just what it represents is just community. And just pushing, like trying to push yourself further, you know, even if you got obstacles in your way, whatever's in your way, just trying. Like if you fucking try, you are High Level, you know what I'm saying? And so we do a bunch of community outreach stuff, bunch of charitable stuff, and just a bunch of dope shit, you know, so it's tight.
Who are some artists or producers that on the label that you're excited about?
Well, to be honest, as far as artists goes, they're all like development acts. Like I feel like, just pushing that pen, you know, just pushing themselves as artists. So I got a couple that I don't want to say that they're High Level because I haven't given nobody no contracts yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, here, sign this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not super quick on that. But we got some dope shit coming, I will say this. And I feel like after the Crossroads, it's gonna start to reveal itself.
Well, I'm excited for that. And in conclusion, what do you hope fans will take away from this album?
Man, I don't know. I just pray they find something that connects to them. I pray they find like a few songs that like just connects to them personally, connects to their heart.
Well, thank you so much.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.